5 years with the Mirena coil, 1 removal and 1 reinsertion. Was it worth it? I'm going to walk you through the entire process, pain, side effects and benefits, and why I decided to get it again after all this time. I am not a health or medical professional. Everything I share on this video is based on my own personal experience, research, and understanding of the Mirena coil. Everybody's body is different, and what worked or didn't work for me may not be the same for you. This video is not intended for medical advice. Please consult with a qualified healthcare provider to discuss your options and make the best choice for your health. So, you've heard about the Mirena coil. Maybe your doctor suggested it, maybe your friends swear by it, or maybe you're just tired of taking the pill every day. In this video, we're going deep into the Mirena coil, what it is, how it works, the benefits, the side effects, and I will share my personal experience of getting one. Whether you're considering it, already have it, or are just curious, let's break it all down. The Mirena is a hormonal IUD. That stands for intrauterine device. It's a small, flexible, T-shaped plastic device about the size of a matchstick, and it sits inside your uterus. It's considered a long-acting reversible contraceptive. That means it provides reliable birth control for years, but you can have it removed at any time if you want to get pregnant or you just want it out. So how does this tiny device prevent pregnancy? Mirena releases a hormone called levonorgestrel, a synthetic version of progesterone. It does a few things. 1. It thickens the cervical mucus, which acts like a sticky barrier, making it very hard for sperm to reach the egg. 2. It thins the lining of your uterus, so if an egg was to get fertilized, it wouldn't have anywhere to implant. 3. In some people, it even suppresses ovulation, although that part isn't guaranteed. But the key takeaway, over 99% effective in preventing pregnancy. There's a reason why so many people love the Mirena, including myself. Here are some of the perks. Low maintenance. Once it's in, you can forget about it for up to 8 years, depending on where you live. It's just as highly effective as sterilization, but totally reversible. Lighter periods. Over time, most users see much lighter bleeding, and some stop having periods completely. It's even approved to treat heavy menstrual bleeding, and is used off-label for painful periods, endometriosis, and adenomyosis. Oh, and did I mention that fertility returns quickly after it's removed? That's a huge benefit for people who are not ready to start a family now, but are thinking about starting a family in the future. Of course, it's not all sunshine and no periods. Like any medical device or hormone-based method, there are potential side effects. Irregular bleeding or spotting is common, especially in the first 3 to 6 months. Breast tenderness, mood swings, acne, or even ovarian cysts can happen. Some people stop getting periods altogether and others have annoying spotting. And whilst rare, there are more serious risks to be aware of. The Mirena coil can move and expel itself, especially in the first few months. There's a small risk of uterine perforation during the insertion process and a slight risk of infection, especially in the first 20 days after it's been put in. Okay, let's talk about the part that makes most women nervous. Having the Mirena coil inserted. It's done in a doctor's office or clinic. The process usually takes about 5 to 10 minutes. It can be uncomfortable or painful, especially if you've never given birth vaginally. Some describe it as intense cramping or pressure. Others might find it very much like getting a pap smear. Either way, the discomfort does pass quite quickly. Pro tip, take an ibuprofen 30 to 60 minutes before your appointment just to ease the pain, and bring a pad with you just in case of spotting as well. You might have some cramping or bleeding in the first few days, but that's completely normal. The Mirena is a good option for a lot of women, whether or not you've had kids yet. In fact, more providers are recommending it to teens and young adults too. It's especially great if you want low maintenance birth control, have heavy or painful periods, or can't tolerate estrogen. But it may not be for you if you have unexplained vaginal bleeding, uterine abnormalities, or certain hormone-sensitive conditions. Always talk to your professional healthcare provider to see what's best for your body. Let's bust a few myths real quick. Myth: IUDs make you infertile. Actually, there's no medical evidence of long-term fertility issues after the removal of the Mirena coil. Myth: you have to be over 30 or have had kids. Fact: not true at all. It's approved for use in teens and young adults. Myth: it protects against STIs. Nope, you're still going to need condoms for that. So, is the Mirena coil right for you? That depends on your body, your lifestyle, and your preferences. But hopefully, now you've got a little bit of information to make a more confident decision. If you found this helpful, give it a like and share it with someone who might benefit. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more real talk about reproductive health and wellness. Thank you for supporting my channel. Let me tell you about my personal experience of getting the Mirena coil removed and then reinserted on the 22nd of May this year, so 2 months ago. The original Mirena coil I had put in was about 5 years old. I was under the assumption that it wasn't effective anymore after 5 years, because that was what I was originally told when I had it inserted in 2020. However, they've said that it's actually still effective for 8 years, so I had another 3 years on my coil. But I've got plans to maybe leave the UK this year, and I wasn't sure what the medical system was like in the country that I will be going to. So I wanted a fresh Mirena coil to make sure that I could have it for another 8 years. What happened was I booked my appointment and I got a text message saying that I should take paracetamol or ibuprofen an hour before I went to get the procedure. I forgot to do that. And to be honest, I feel like I have a very high pain threshold, so I kind of ignored it as well. One, I forgot it, but two, I kind of also ignored it. When I went into the appointment, I went into the waiting room, just normal stuff, and then I went in to see the doctor who was going to do the insertion, the removal and insertion. And she asked me the usual questions, telling me that actually my coil is valid for another, is effective for another, telling me that my coil was effective for another 3 years. I explained to her my situation and that I was traveling and I wanted a new Mirena coil. So she was okay with that. As she went through with me, asking me questions about, when was my last period, how I was feeling well within myself. She showed me the coil. It was that T-shape with the threads going down. And she asked me if I've ever felt my coil myself. And I said no, because to be honest, I don't really want to feel down there for the coil. For me, it just feels a bit ick. So I just honestly said to her no, because that's not what I want to, I don't want to feel it. And she was okay with that as well. But she asked, would I like her to show me how to feel for the coil? And I still declined that offer because, again, I don't want to really feel it. I trust that she will put it in the right place. She took me to behind a curtain and onto the bed, the gurney. She asked me to take everything off from the waist down and lay on the bed on my back with my legs up like I was giving birth. She had a little blanket that I could put over me. She came in, she sterilized her hands, she put her gloves on, she got the equipment and whatever. She was talking to me that time that she was there doing the procedure. However, the thing that made me feel uncomfortable right from the beginning of that was that she was talking to me, but she didn't give me a warning. She didn't say, okay, I'm about to. She didn't say I'm going to stick my fingers inside of you and feel around now or anything. She just kind of did it, even though she was talking to me and I was talking to her. And, I assumed that's what, she was trying to distract me. But the fact that she didn't tell me she was going to do that, it kind of caught me off guard a little bit. She wasn't aggressive about it or anything like that. It was just the fact that I didn't know that it was coming. I mean, I knew it was coming, but she didn't say, okay, this is what I'm about to do. I honestly don't remember how it was the first time, obviously because that was 5 years ago. I do remember feeling uncomfortable the first time, but this time I think it hurt a lot more. When I say hurt, I mean probably the discomfort was a lot more. Maybe there was a bit more pressure around my abdomen and my uterus. So obviously she had to remove the old one. So I was there with my legs up. She was saying, I'm going to, now she's saying, I'm going to remove the old coil now. And she did. I didn't feel the tug itself, but I do remember feeling uncomfortable. I just had my eyes closed and I was just squeezing my hand so hard. Luckily, another nurse came into the room and she was so lovely. She stood next to me and she was holding my hand and I just squeezed her hand and I kept apologizing. I'm so sorry. Just like when I was giving birth and my husband was there and I was squeezing his hand. But yeah, she was there for me to squeeze her hand and she was saying very nice things to me and trying to tell me to breathe and relax and exactly like giving birth, honestly. The doctor was down there no more than 5 minutes, but it just felt like a really long time because the pressure on my abdomen was, it was just, it was like having mini contractions or something. I don't know. It was just a lot of pressure down there. She used one of those those devices where it helps you open up your cervix, and then she inserted the new coil in. Like I said, 5 minutes from beginning to end, including the removal and the reinsertion of the new one, and then it was finished. I did not bring a pad, but the doctor did provide me with a pad. Did she provide me with a pad? No, they didn't provide me with a pad, but they did give me wipes to clean myself up with. When I went home, I did have a shower and then changed into fresh underwear and used a pad as well in case of the bleeding. For me personally, after the appointment, my symptoms lasted for about 5 to 7 days. The first 5 days, there was a lot of cramping. My tummy felt really, really tight. I was very fatigued. I remember feeling very, very fatigued for about 2 weeks after having that done. But I have to say that I don't know if it was fatigue because of the Mirena coil or because I had just come back from holidays in Vietnam. So that could also be a factor. But I do remember feeling quite fatigued. And spotting. The spotting was the first couple of days with the spotting, and then probably about 2 weeks later, there was a few bit of spotting there. And from that time onwards to now, so it's been about 2 months since I got it done, I think I might have spotted one other time. I feel like my symptoms have been very, very light symptoms, nothing that I couldn't cope with. It was very uncomfortable getting it done, but I feel like the benefits of having the Mirena coil completely outweighs the discomfort that I experienced for that 5-10 minutes in the doctor's surgery. It's going to last me for 8 years. 8 years without having my period. I mean, spotting, yeah, but without an actual period. The first Mirena coil I had, which was for the first 5 years, I didn't have my periods. I had spotting here and there, randomly, whatever, but it was not anything like a period at all. I've been so lucky with the Mirena coil. Before the Mirena coil, I used to take the pill. I remember I set an alarm on my phone for 9 o'clock every single day to take the pill. It was okay to do that, but anytime I had to travel, especially if I had to travel in a different time zone, it will knock that time off. I'm always worried and concerned. Oh my God, did I take my pill? Is this the same time as if I was in the UK? Is it still 9 o'clock in the UK kind of thing? So I hated that. And just the fact that I had to do it every single day, and the fact that no matter where I am, where I go, I always have to remember to have my pills with me. And when you miss a pill, I hate missing a pill. It freaked me out so much. I'll be 50 years old by the time this Mirena coil stops being effective. And then, I will make a decision about what will happen after that. I am so completely happy with getting the Mirena coil. And if anybody asks me whether I would recommend it, I would 100% say I completely recommend it. If I knew what was going to happen that day, I probably would have maybe asked a friend to come along or asked my husband to come along, because I think that little bit of support would have been nice on that day. And I would have definitely 100% taken my ibuprofen or paracetamol if I had known how bad it was going to be this second time around. I probably would have been more forthcoming with the doctor and say, can you please tell me, you know, what you were doing each step of the way, kind of thing. It was what it was, and I didn't enjoy the experience, but just like a pap smear, I don't enjoy that experience either, but it's a means to an end. I don't regret it, and if I had to do it again, hopefully I won't, because like I said, I'll be 50 years old then, I would do it again. It's been very effective in what I wanted it to do, which is prevent pregnancy, and I haven't had any major side effects from it. I definitely do not want to go back to taking the pill at all. And because I'm married, we don't use any other form of contraception. I would 100% recommend getting the Mirena coil if it is right for you. Have you ever gone through the whole IUD process more than once? Was it better or worse the second time round? Drop your experience in the comments below. I'm really curious to see how others felt about round 2. I hope by sharing my experience with you about getting the Mirena coil and the information that we've talked about in this video, it has given you a bit of insight into what to expect at your next appointment and what kind of questions you might want to ask your doctor. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Bye.